Right
Okay, show me
atrium.
your left atrium. Okay, show me your left ventricle from the outside. Now, show me how we would pin your left ventricle from the inside. Remember, this is not the muscle, this is the space. The fluid-filled space.
It would be name this space. That's how we ask that word.
Left ventricle. How do I tell the left ventricle from the right ventricle without knowing my lefts and rights?
It's thicker.
Look at the walls. The walls are at least twice as big. Okay? The ventricle itself is also much larger. Okay? Left ventricle, good to go. Now, find me right ventricle quick. All right, while we're in the right ventricle, there are two valves in here that I have to know. One of them leads to the atrium. This is going backwards as far as how our blood goes, but one of them goes into the atrium. In the right ventricle, what is the divider between the atrium and the ventricle? The tricuspid valve. Okay, so find the tricuspid valve. Okay? This is going to lead us to the atrium. Tricuspid valve. Okay, very good. Now, with that cuspid valve, there are a couple of different parts that we should be able to identify. Number one is the chordae tendineae. That's the white string stuff. Helps reinforce it. Chordae tendineae. Okay? The anchor muscle that it is attached to is going to be known as a papillary muscle. Please find that as well. Sometimes it's more prominent than others. Where it's anchored on the wall of the ventricle itself is the papillary muscle. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add something in really quick that you guys must know. Even though this is a review, still get to add more because I'm the teacher and we do what I say. And I'm a liar. Okay. What we're going to be adding, students, is only found in the right ventricle. And this is going to be a little reinforcement band. You can think of it as, oh, the poor right ventricle only has these little teeny tiny walls, and they might break down if I don't give it a reinforcement beam, baby. So we have what is called a moderator band. It's a muscular band that goes across on the right ventricle. Please scoop your probe down through there and see if you can find a moderator band. These are very, very prominent in some
I cut
parts.
somebody's with yours.
Yes. Yes, good. This is going to be muscly, right? This isn't like chordae tendineae material. This is actual like cartilage. That's a very good one.
Is this ours right here?
Yeah, that's a huge one. Yep, yours is just tiny. Little baby. That's good. That's perfect. Exactly what that is. Some of these, especially on a baby heart like this, they're not.
It's not, right?
This old like heart. Yours, actually, this right here is the one.
Can you close the heart up and then put it down and then do the
Okay. And just to be clear, even though I was making fun of it, saying
left
that it needs help,
ventricle,
that's
right
actually
ventricle
exactly
by
what
pointing at it
where
while
kinda
it's
like
sitting
makes sure
down.
it holds the integrity of
This
that
would be
right
the
ventricle with
left,
Left
thinner muscle
ventricle,
walls.
right ventricle,
right ventricle,
or sorry, atriums.
atriums, yep.
So,
And then
Ventricle.
ventricle.
everybody
down
got a
there.
moderator
There we go.
bands? All right, cut the chit-chat. Moving to the left side. Left ventricle, this is the big boy. The ventricle itself is bigger. The walls are much thicker. In order to go from the left to the right, what muscular structure did I have to pass over when I was moving my probe?
The intervenous
Good,
septum.
the interventricular septum. Okay, that's all the muscle that's between the two ventricles. Okay, everything in the middle there, interventricular septum. Okay, now I'm in the left ventricle. Let's go ahead and find me the cuspid valve that is in there. Which cuspid is that again?
Bicuspid.
Bicuspid, because less
can actually
parts
sit down
means
through
less
that.
likely to break under pressure. And by the way, what's the other name for bicuspid? Mitral. Very good. So find that one for me. Make sure you can identify the chordae tendineae and the papillary muscles.
Also, listen to this. On the exam, I am going to ask you, give me both names for this valve.
Yes, it's not an either or, it's a both.
Read the question. I can't tell you how many people miss that, and I give this same speech every year.
You're on recording now.
That's fine.
That's
fine.
So that way we don't miss it.
Listen to it over and over, yeah. Okay?
So bicuspid and mitral valve.
And it will say, give me both names.
Why can't we just have one name for something? I don't know.
Because it's science and everything has 6 names.
You tell me. Which do you think? Yes, it's that. What is that one? On this side, the more medial valve.
Okay. Now,
Semilunar, yeah.
let's go ahead and go to
Which
the
one?
other valve that's in the left ventricle. Okay, left ventricle leads to our systemic circuit. So this is going to be the aortic semilunar valve. Okay, it's named after what it goes to. Aortic semilunar valve.
Put your finger to there and then put it on the other side.
Make sure we can find where we would pin the
There we
aortic
go.
semilunar valve.
Perfect.
Okay.
Stick a pin in a hole.
You've got your blood in
Not my fingers.
here because this big guy
I don't have
is
gloves on to
pumping
help
to
you.
the body. Okay? So if it's pumping to the body, that blood has to have oxygen. It has to be very rich in oxygen. So this semilunar valve that comes out of there, is this is it eventually?
Goes up through out the aorta.
Okay. You did have it. So that's what I'm saying. It's repetition. You have to use your clues. It's okay. It takes a while. Yeah.
Yes.
But straight off the bat, if you know right versus left ventricle and what kind of blood, oxygenated versus
Yeah, this is
deoxygenated,
because when they rip parts out, it just...
that will help.